Hi all, it's Karen and
Pluto.
here with another movie review for you guys.
Hey, I look cool like this. Hopefully I won't sink into the couch like quicksand.
Yeah, we're trying to still figure out the filming thing where it's comfortable and everything, so
Yep,
bear with us, guys.
we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, it's all trial and error right now.
Okay, what are we doing?
So,
What's this one?
some of you might find this to be a real treat.
What are we doing again?
I'm trying to still figure out what I was watching. This one recommended us.
I recommend a lot of things. What are we
Yeah.
doing again?
Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead.
Yeah. This movie is so awesome. I love it.
So,
Yes.
this was my first time seeing this movie.
I've seen it a couple times.
I'm not a big trauma fan.
What? A trauma?
Trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah, it was traumatic watching this for me.
It's trauma. You said trauma.
No, I said
Okay,
trauma.
well, we'll check it. Okay, go ahead.
So, they've done like the Toxic Avengers movie.
Those are really good. We haven't had to do them.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the first one of those, and I vaguely remember watching the cartoon.
2 and 3 is okay. 1's the best. Oh,
Yeah.
Don't forget about Class of Nukem High.
Yeah, watch that.
That was cool.
Yeah.
This is an awesome movie. I love it.
This movie is rated R.
I guess it's rated R. Don't know if it's unrated or not.
Yeah, we're assuming nudity, language,
Cool gore.
gore.
It's funny.
It's
a musical.
There was so much going on in this movie. I couldn't
It had
figure
everything.
out what was going on at times. This movie is from 2007, so it's like 12 years old.
Destined to become a classic.
An hour and 43 minutes.
Didn't seem like it. It kind of went by pretty quick.
Seemed like 10 hours and 43 minutes.
No.
So we start at the beginning. There are these two teens making out in a cemetery.
Because, that's cool.
The boy's name is Arby. The girl's name is Wendy.
Get it?
You'll probably be able to figure this out as the movie goes, because I was figuring this piece out. So, I literally put screwing around on my notes.
Well, that works.
As they're going, these randoms, they're on some like ancient Indian burial ground where the cemetery, because you got to have an ancient Indian burial ground and everything. So while they're doing their thing, these zombie hands start coming up out of the ground, which I still don't know what the heck that was all about.
Because zombies.
Grabbing them in different ways, and they're just like thinking it's the other doing the things that they were doing to them. And then all of a sudden, this random guy shows up. I don't even know if he was homeless or what.
He's an axe-wielding maniac.
Yeah, he's an axe-wielding maniac who is masturbating.
Okay, never mind. I'm not going to do that.
So it kind of kills the mood. They leave. Well, they left their underwear behind, and this guy grabs the Arby's underwear, is like smelling it, and continues to go back to town when he is killed.
That smells good. Yeah, undies.
Yeah, I don't know. What was he killed by? I didn't write it down. Oh, was it the zombies, I think, or the
zombies?
Yeah, okay.
That's why the zombies are there.
So,
they did something to his bum, didn't they?
Yeah, they went up the rear entrance and pulled out all his insides.
Sorry, I was looking at Chloe.
Excuse me, guys. So, anyways, prior to all this, they're talking, Arby and Wendy are talking about, I actually thought his name was Harvey, and it took me a little time.
Harvey.
That's what, you couldn't tell what they were saying.
Yep.
So, his girlfriend, Wendy's going to go off to college, and he feels she's going to forget all about him. So, anyways, we cut to...
And she does.
One college semester later. So, I don't know, fall, spring, what? The cemetery was destroyed and replaced by a chicken fast food restaurant called American Chicken Bunker.
Cool.
Kind of set like military chicken dressed up, and yeah, like I said, very...
Military chicken?
Yeah, because they're all in like military garb and everything. Bunker's a bunker you use in war, and...
Okay.
So...
Archie Bunker.
There's a protest going on, and Arby just kind of pulls into the middle of it. talking with some guy there they're all drinking and everything. All of a sudden they see these two girls kind of making out. And they're like, yeah, checking it out and everything. And all of a sudden, one of the girls is Wendy. So,
what's she doing?
Was he doing something? I don't know. I thought he just had a beer in his hand.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Wendy.
I said they were making out. Two girls were making out.
Yeah, her and her friend.
Mickey.
Yeah, get it? Her last name is D. I don't know. Maybe it
so kind of goes in this whole thing. Like Arby's, like you said, you went and changed and going on. And she was saying, well, college is for experimentation and so on. And then we break into a random musical number.
You like musicals?
I like certain, not this type of musical.
This is better than Grease 2. Yeah.
I like Grease 2.
No.
So they goes into this whole musical number with Arby. And then he decides to get a job at this American chicken bunker to kind of get revenge on Wendy. So he goes in and meets all the employees. So they got, Denny and Paco and...
Never heard of Paco's.
Hummus, I think her name was.
Yeah.
And Carl Jr., who he went to school with.
He's funny.
Yeah, he's a goof. Well, he basically goes in and explains why he needs to be hired, and they're like, okay, you're hired. And he is the counter girl, something.
Because he wears a dress.
Yeah, he ends up wearing a skirt throughout the movie, because he's the counter chick girl, whatever. I don't remember exactly what they called him. So they're going on and on about stuff, and all of a sudden, Arby sees these, funky mutated eggs, and was questioning about it, and the manager, Denny.
It's hard to read.
Because I was scribbling. It's hard writing while you're watching. It says about getting these eggs properly stored and tells Arby basically to get up to the register. We have, at this point, while Arby's standing up there, what are you doing?
So I'm listening, but I'm entertaining myself.
A random Ron Jeremy cameo. If you don't know who Ron Jeremy is,
who's that?
Look him up.
Who is he? What movies were he in?
Nothing I could probably name off the top of my head.
What is he famous for?
He's a famous adult movies star.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But you wouldn't picture him as being your typical stud.
I guess you would know. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Bluto.
I see what you're doing.
I'm sure everybody else could probably figure out what I'm doing. So they kind of keep going on with all these people coming in, and a person named Jared comes in and orders all this food.
He likes
If you can figure out with the names and what they're going with, you'll figure out where Jared comes from, basically. So he ends up ordering the food. He's eating it, and it, literally
Jared is pretty cool. Well, not really.
Causes his stomach to start grumbling and gurgling and everything else. And he's in the bathroom, makes a total shit mess of the bathroom. I'm going to be perfectly blunt.
I need to get a drink. You keep going. I'm going to get a drink.
Okay. So he keeps going, makes a mess in the bathroom. Then all of a sudden his skin separates and he comes out thin.
That's some good water.
They basically are like, okay, Denny and Arby are standing in there. And Denny's like, you have to clean up the bathroom, Arby. Well, we break out into another random musical number. So it's okay, yeah, like I said, random musical numbers throughout this. So they go back outside with the protest, and the general of American Chicken Bunker shows up.
He's funny.
With his chicks, as I wrote, chicks.
Get it?
In quotes. So we have a general instead of a colonel.
What was he supposed to represent?
What do you think? I said we had a general instead of a colonel. So
he's an old guy with a beard.
They kind of break out into another random number about why chicken fast food is the backbone of the American industry or something. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I watched.
You should know about this. All you make to eat is chicken.
Not this kind of chicken. So,
sometimes it tastes like that.
The chicken, there's a gentleman in a chicken mascot suit. He ends up going in and scaring the crap out of Arby. And the thing is with him, he's kind of forecasting Arby's future.
You know who that was?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
I don't remember the guy's name.
Floyd Kaufman. Duh.
Yeah. So basically, and then we have another random musical number here. Paco is making stuff for this.
Sorry.
Really?
Water.
Really?
I drank too much water. Go ahead. Sorry.
I guess Bluto's telling you the movie was good.
I'm gassy.
Mm-hmm. So, we go back to Paco supposed to be making the meat for the sloppy Jose's they serve.
That was funny.
This movie, that's the other thing I should have mentioned, spoilers as well. I think they were trying to be as offensive with things as possible. So I'm trying to be...
I wasn't offended.
A little bit gentle with some of the stuff.
It's not offensive. It's not as offensive as Full House. Bleh.
So, Paco is masturbating into the meat as the quote-unquote secret sauce. One of the chickens basically knocks Paco into the meat grinder and turns it on.
That was cool.
Now we have ground up Paco.
I love the special effects. No CGI, I don't think.
So,
which made it good. What is Paco? Is that a name of something? Is that a spook?
Well, they kept saying Paco Bell.
I get it now.
You didn't catch that?
Yeah, but they only said it.
So I'm hoping you guys are figuring out, like, the characters are all related to different...
If you don't, watch this.
Food establishments, I guess.
Watch this. It's cool. If you're over 5, you can watch it.
18.
I wasn't 18 when I saw it.
Not sure.
Well, yeah, I was. But
so anyways, Arby goes back to get a replacement sloppy Jose for somebody that was saying there was a ground up male part in it.
What was that?
Watch the movie.
Oh, I get it. His finger.
Right. But he makes the sandwich, and the sandwich starts talking to him as Paco.
Cool.
I mean, it was so goofy.
That was cool.
And he's explaining what happened and saying, like, because they disrupted the aliens. Oh, my God.
There's no aliens.
Indian burial ground that the Indians have taken over the chicken, and they're going to destroy the place and destroy Tromaville or something. And
let me check my notes.
Anyways, the general is giving a tour of the restaurant to the news crew, and it's still all like bloodied up from Paco.
Not like that in my notes.
So, they're talking about the sloppy Jose's, and the general's like, "Oh, I eat at least one of these a day," and Arby tries to get him to stop from grabbing it, and he goes ahead and eats it anyways.
The general was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, he was a goofball.
Yeah, he was cool. Didn't his dad tell him to do something when he was a kid?
No, we're not mentioning that. So, Carl Jr., the one kind of goofy one that Arby went to school with, is talking to the chicken that killed Paco, basically.
Hey, who doesn't talk to chickens?
And kind of starts romancing the chicken he's talking to. And it actually kind of bites off his member.
You're probably definitely going to have to put a disclaimer on this video.
Big time. So he ends up coming into the kitchen, spraying. There's some green stuff, red stuff, I'm assuming it's blood, just spraying it all over the place. And this was after Hummus had just gotten done cleaning the kitchen spotless from Paco's demise. So, I have on here Angry Chicken Indian thing, which I think I already mentioned. Yeah,
Angry Chicken Indian thing.
That's what I wrote.
Okay.
So, Carl Jr. basically dies. They're trying to help him. He's okay. He's alive. And the general was like, no medical care for him. We got to keep going. We don't want the people freaking out. So Arby gives him some of his whiskey, and it ends up killing him. This is important. You'll find out later why.
Hey.
What?
Can I have some?
Whiskey? No.
Oh, okay.
You're too young.
Yeah, I'm young. Uh-huh.
Well, what's the drinking age on your planet?
Whenever you want to drink. Why not?
Anyways, the general tries to go out and appease
Age is just a number.
the protesters. So he goes and takes the buckets of chicken that they have that Carl Jr. basically infected out to the protesters. And Mickey kind of turns on everything and was like, oh, this chicken's absolutely amazing. You need to try it. So,
it looked good, didn't it?
Ugh, it was like, it was bubbling and doing all this weird stuff. They were
You made chicken like that before, haven't you?
No, not like that.
Okay.
So everybody eats it. It's like, oh, it's so good. And everybody floods the restaurant ordering food. So then
Can I take your order?
So we go back to the general and Mickey in the one office, and it turns out Mickey was kind of on the whole protesting thing with the general to kind of boost business is what it comes down to. And Wendy kind of finds out and gets upset with Mickey.
Mickey. Bad Mickey.
And then I'm trying to think who comes back. Somebody comes back to the office and tells the general.
Wendy does, doesn't she?
No, I thought it was Wendy's back here, but somebody else comes in because they're like, you really need to get out here and see what's going on.
I don't remember.
So, I can't remember who it was that came back. So they head out, and all the people that consumed the infected, contaminated chicken.
You okay?
1 second, yeah.
Okay.
My legs are a little cold.
Brr.
So basically, everyone who ate the contaminated chicken is like vomiting this green stuff everywhere. Excuse me, guys. 1 second. I need a little drink.
Okay, I'll dance.
Okay, so they're like, oh my God, what's going on? So Wendy's standing out there and she kind of corners the general. There's all these TV reporters, news reporters there, and she's like, why don't you eat the chicken? And he goes, oh, I eat it. So she basically gets him cornered to the point that she gives him one of the pieces of contaminated chicken. And she's basically like, prove that you eat your product. So he reluctantly takes a bite. Meanwhile, he's making all these like faces, like it doesn't taste good. And then he's trying to act like it's good. And then all of a sudden he starts getting sick, runs to the bathroom, and lays a giant egg.
That's different, right?
A little different. The egg hatches and starts attacking him, and he kills the bird thing that comes out of it.
Cool.
So all of a sudden, Carl Jr. is back, but he's a zombie.
Oh no!
So
what will happen?
This stuff reanimated him basically. This is where Denny kind of says, "Oh, this looks like something that happened back with the big chicken crash of '94. I can't remember, something off the wall." So then you have Wendy goes and gets some cookies. So you have Mickey goes and gets cookies, comes back in. So you have excuse me, Mickey, Wendy, Arby, and Hummus sitting down eating cookies.
You got cookies?
No cookies.
I'm hungry.
No cookies here.
I want some cookies now.
Bob doesn't like cookies, so I don't buy any.
Well, I like them. Buy them for me.
So he's going on and on about this story, and they're sitting around like a bunch of little kids eating the cookies and kind of listening. Meanwhile, while this is going on, the general is kind of changing and mutating, and then he grows into like this giant egg thing and cracks, and this giant mutated chicken comes out of his body, I guess, basically. And it walks over and pulls off poor Denny's head.
I'm a giant chicken.
The four, Arby, Wendy, Mickey, and Hummus, try to escape. They go running out to from the kitchen to the part of the restaurant. And everybody that ate the chicken has mutated into zombie chickens, eating the people that aren't mutated.
Makes sense.
So they're trying to figure out how to escape, and they kind of get cornered. And the guy that was in the chicken mascot suit, he's dressed like Arby, shows up and starts shooting all the zombies. And they're like, oh my God, you're a hero and everything. He goes, no, I basically had all these weapons thrown in with the kids' weapons. And I planned on basically going crazy and shooting everybody because I'm tired of working here.
Hey, he's going to go postal.
Basically.
Cool.
Basically. So, I have Denny re-chickens.
What does that mean?
I guess I meant to say reanimates as a zombie chicken. And he kills the chicken mascot, who has saved them. Okay, then next thing they're trying to figure out how to escape the store still, the 4 that are still alive. And they get to the exit, and all of a sudden, all these zombie chickens from town are trying to come into the restaurant. And they're like, oh God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Wendy goes, I have an idea, and she flips the sign from open to close, and that stops them.
Yeah, why not?
And they're like, "Aw." Oh, and before the guy that dies, that was kind of forecasting Arby's future. He's basically telling them, "Arby, you need to change now and do it now, and don't do it like wait and do this like I did." Mickey gets.
I'll get some more water.
Okay. Mickey basically is at the point, like, I'm not staying in the store. So she grabs the chicken mascot suit and says, well, they won't attack one of their own. So she dresses in the suit and leaves. So the zombie Carl Jr. chicken thing comes out from the back. And
that's some good H2O.
Basically starts coming towards them. And they get him to the ground, and they're trying to figure, and Arby's yelling at him, what kills you? What stops you? And he's yelling whiskey, alcohol, and he thinks he's being a jerk. Well, he
that part's funny.
The whiskey, and it kills him, but he still doesn't get it. Arby doesn't. He's like, oh, he was a jerk. He tricked me, whatever. So Mickey gets thrown back into the restaurant after this, and she's kind of talking, and Wendy's like, oh, I'm so sorry and everything. And Arby gets mad and leaves. Well, here it turns out that Mickey is actually a chicken zombie now.
After he takes the mask off, or she takes it off.
After she takes the mask off, and Arby has already walked away and is trying to kill Wendy. That scene was very weird. Then there's other zombies coming in trying to kill. So they realize there's this keg of beer out by the register that somebody brought in earlier. And Arby's trying to sit there and basically deduce what's going on. There's something with the alcohol. He eventually, after like a few minutes, is like, oh, yeah, it's the alcohol that kills them. And Wendy had already taken care of a few of them before he even finished.
That part's funny.
Deducing. Isn't that funny? She's like, yeah, I took them out. And he's like, oh. So then we have all these other zombies like coming in. And they take care of them. Well, one of the zombies goes over and turns the close sign to open on the door.
That was bad.
So the zombies are
never do that.
So they start coming in. Well, they're out of the alcohol.
Never do that.
Hummus shows up, and it's like, come on, we can get out of here. So they go to the back of the kitchen area. There was this little girl they were looking for at one point when they decided not to leave, and they found her. Her mom was killed. And they're all, back there, and they're like, oh, God, how do we get out of here?
They gave her mom's head. That was funny.
Big Colonel Chicken corners them. And
Big Colonel Chicken!
Another random musical number breaks out here, and he's, like, trying to kill him, and all of a sudden...
That was funny.
All of the... sudden, the Colonel explodes.
Boom!
The Colonel Chicken zombie thing. And here it's Paco. He's like, something about, like, yeah, you can't handle Mexican... Or something off the wall.
You can't handle the Mexican food.
Or something. It was just something funny. I'm trying to think. Oh, they were talking about, like, America and how great it is.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Well, Hummus is dressed up like an Iranian, I guess, female. She's totally in a babushka covered, or...
The babushka lady?
No, yeah, something like that.
You mean like on the thing with... Never mind.
So she takes off her outfit, and she's this blonde with this bikini and a bomb on her.
That's
and
hot.
She's like, I love America. I'm going to, sacrifice myself so, America can be great. And
what did Arby say?
That he wanted to get it on with her.
Yeah.
Not in so many terms. I'm being a little gentle.
That was funny.
Wendy got mad because they're kind of back together. So anyway.
She's such a jealous.
Hummus tells them to go, get out of here, save themselves. So Arby, Wendy, and this little kid, Katie, escape. The restaurant blows up. and kills all the chicken zombies that were in there.
So she's a martyr hero.
Yeah, basically. So we go.
My fur is all fuzzy.
We're almost at the end, guys. So Arby, Wendy, and Katie are leaving. Driving along, talking about, what they're going to do to stop this from going further. Katie says about being hungry. Arby hands her a can of beer.
Why not? Because,
to an 8-year-old.
What's wrong with that? You see this? She should be drinking on my planet.
She drinks the beer, starts getting sick, lays an egg. Wendy wrecks the car, and they all die.
That's cool. Great ending.
The end of the movie.
Cool. Okay.
So, if you like goofy off-the-wall stuff, check it out.
I like this movie. 5 stars.
If anybody else watches
it,
please explain to me what I was watching.
It's fun. You were watching a trauma movie. Don't try to think about it. They're fun.
I mean, I said, I was talking to a couple of my coworkers about this. They had never seen it or anything. And I said,
well, you work with a bunch of people.
There was so much going on in it. I couldn't figure out exactly what was going on.
Okay. I think we went. How long is this?
Long enough.
All right. I think we should wrap this up.
For an hour and 43 minutes. So
I got to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
Well, do you want me going all over the floor?
Well, you can clean it up.
Oh, you don't care then? Okay.
Don't you dare.
Okay. Sorry.
Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, bell icon so you know when we post new content. And I apologize, my voice is going. Yeah. Share the page. It would be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out my other channel, K-Doll Games, Toys, and More. For
more videos coming up on there.
For stuff on over there, mainly toy-wise, a little more kid-friendly than here.
Okay.
But check back. No, you're not. Now you are. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.